Sa pag-unlad ng turismo, umangat ang Pilipino. Mga may bahay, nagkahanap buhay. Tagahugas ng pinggan, naging gabay sa karagatan. Isang engineer, napaunlad ang sining ng buong barangay. At ang simpleng magsasagwan, malaki ang tulong sa kalikasan. Silang walang tinig, boses na ng kasaysayan. At ang specialty ni nanay, ngayoy pinipilahan. Ang best friend ng lahat, naging tour guide na. At ang daan-taong apo, naibida ang kulturang Pilipino. Lunti ang ilog, naging entablado. At katutubong sayaw, napaindak ang buong mundo. Ipagdiwang ang isang dekada ng Tourism Act. Kabuhayan sa turismo, pinauunlad ang bawat Pilipino.
Hi guys, we're here at the art capital of the Philippines, Angono, Rizal. I am Edrian Sencida and I am with
Jeremy Gonzales.
ARTHA de la ROSA.
Able to go inside. Yes, that shit.
Visual arts. Visual arts are those art forms intended to be appreciated or perceived primarily by sight. These art forms are prevalent and incredibly diverse. There are three categories of visual arts: fine arts, decorative arts, and contemporary arts. Fine arts are developed primarily for aesthetics or beauty and intellectual purposes and judged for its beauty and meaningfulness, emphasizing painting, sculpture, drawing, watercolor, graphics, and architecture. The perception of artistic qualities required a refined judgment, usually referred to as having a good taste. Decorative arts is an art form that applies design and decoration to everyday objects in order to make them aesthetically pleasing. This is more utilitarian and has a function but retains an artistic style and still requires talent to create. It includes tapestry, ceramics, mosaic art, glass art, jewelry, woodwork, interior design, textile arts, and crafts. Contemporary arts is a form of art of today, conceived in modern times, which include photography, art print, video art, animation, graffiti, and installation art. The art forms are produced in a globally influenced, culturally diverse, and technologically advancing world.
1 hour later.
Hi guys, so update lang, hindi po kami nakapasok.
Baka hindi tayo makaandaan yun. Saan? Sabi nga ni Kuya. Para makita nila na galing talaga tayo. Ano yung pakita? Oo.
Nagpaplano
Sa
po kami.
labas. Tara.
Tara, tara.
Tara. Tara. Tara. Tara. Gig.
One eternity later.
Fortunately, hindi kami pinapasok.
At ngayon nga, andito na kami sa Antipolo Rizal kung saan nasa likod namin ang Pinto Art Museum, which still closed dahil nga daw under pa tayo ng MECQ ngayon. Kaya sad to say we didn't able to go inside the museum. But then again, we were going to showcase you some of the works inside. Ayan, kukuha na lang kami ng mga works inside this museum, and of course bibigyan namin kayo ng mga informations na makikita at malalaman natin kapag pumasok tayo dun sa loob. So by that,
Papakita namin yung labas.
ipapakita namin sa inyo yung loob at labas nito. Okay,
Let's go.
dito. Ba't loob?
Labas lang tayo eh.
Mag-send tayo ng clips. Ayun, bye.
Mediums of visual arts. Mediums came from the Latin word medium, denotes the ways or methods by which an artist communicates his idea. These are the materials which are used by an artist to interpret his feeling or thoughts. Many mediums were used in creating different works of art. Visual arts are those seen mediums and which occupy space. A two-dimensional art includes painting, drawing, printmaking, tapestry, and photography. Three-dimensional art techniques include sculpture, architecture, crafts, ceramics, and jewelry. The mediums in visual arts are discussed as follows.
Two-dimensional arts. One of the example is painting. Painting is the application of pigment to a surface usually flat. Each medium exerts a pronounced effect on the finished product, is capable of different treatment, and determines its stroke. These mediums are applied to wet plaster, canvas, wood, or paper.
Watercolor. Watercolor is a painting material made up of pigment mixed with water, which after mixing using brush, applied into the paper. It is possible to change a portion of the work, but the color become less in brilliance.
Fresco. Fresco is a painting technique done on a wet plastered wall. Glowing is the primary characteristics of this kind of painting. It is one of the oldest types of painting. The finished outcome of a fresco is like a marble wall. Quick application is the technique used in this art because it is an exacting medium. Once the paint is applied, the color dry into plaster and becomes permanent.
Tempera, or also called egg tempera. It is a method of painting that employs an emulsion of water, egg yolk, or whole eggs, sometimes with a little glue, honey, or milk. Tempera is applied onto a prepared surface. Wood panel painting is prepared with layers of gesso. It is a mixture of size and chalk to form a smooth surface. The tempera is then applied over a prepared drawing or sketch and build up slowly in a series of thin, transparent layers. Tempera paintings are very long-lasting and colors do not deteriorate over time. It dries quickly, and when dry, it produces a smooth matte finish.
pastel is a painting medium that consists of color pigment in powder and a binder compounded with gum water. It is very adaptable medium whose colors are resplendent, but the finished product is difficult to preserve because the chalk can be rubbed off.
Encaustic. Encaustic painting is a mixed media technique that involves using heated wax or beeswax added with colored pigments. A prepared surface like wood, canvas, or other materials is usually the preferred surface on which the liquid or paste is applied. This kind of painting produces luster and brilliance. The term is from Greek, meaning burning in.
Oil. Oil painting is one of the most high-priced and high-valued art painting. It is because of the price of its materials. It is the heftiest of painting mediums. Pigments are mixed with linseed oil or turpentine and applied to the canvas that appears glossy and lasts long.
Acrylic. Acrylic is a synthetic paint mixed with acrylic emulsion binder for the surface overlaying of the artwork. It has the quick drying characteristic as the watercolor and the flexibility of oil, thus making it one of the favorites of artists.
Mosaic. Mosaic is the art of arranging small pieces of colored stones or glass in almost the same shape and size to create an image. The small pieces are often used on a surface with plaster or cement.
Stained glass is an artwork made by conjoining small pieces of precast stained glass that is clasped by strips of lead, usually reinforced with iron bars that form heavy black lines. It is mostly used in church windows, but also sometimes used in rose windows in formal buildings.
Tapestry is a piece of textile fabric with images or designs formed by weaving colored threads or by embroidering on canvas. Hey!
Pagod. Ay, hindi siya, ano? Telephone naman. Telephone siya. Blue ba yan? PM. Baka nga, hindi ko na. Kasi ano siya, hindi siya 09.
Drawing is done on a light-colored surface like paper, wood, canvas, using pencil, pen and ink, or charcoal, and usually done as training for artists. Pencils are made of graphite and are graded to indicate the different degrees of hardness and softness, which provides variations and shade gradations of the resulting drawing. To create lines, the hard pencil are used, and for creating texture and shades, the soft ones are used. Pen and ink is executed with the use of black and other colored inks like Indian ink, Chinese ink, liners, markers, and regular ballpoint pen are some of the favorite sample used by comic strip illustrators and cartoonists.
Charcoal. Charcoal is a drawing material made of carbon in different forms like stick, compress, powder, and fine. It is used in presenting broad masses of light and shadow by blending, smearing, or smudging over paper or other light-colored surfaces. Crayons are colored sticks made from paraffin wax mixed with pigments. It is trendy among children. The ideal surface for crayons is paper.
Printmaking. Printmaking is done by creating an artist plate, which can either be original artwork or from an image which can later on transferred to a white paper using black ink. It is usually done for duplicating or making multiple copies of an original drawing. Lithography. Lithography is made by using a waxy crayon or pencil to draw an image on a plate fixated by an acid solution, and ink is later applied to the plate, which is then transferred to a surface like white paper through pressing the plate onto it.
Photography is the art, utilization, and practice of creating long-lasting images by recording light or other electromagnetic radiation, either electronically utilizing an image sensor or chemically using a light-sensitive material such as photographic film.
Graffiti. Graffiti is one of the most radical contemporary art movements. Graffiti arts, or graffiti art rather, also called street art, spray can art, subway art, or aerosol art, commonly refers to beautiful imagery applied by paint or other means to buildings, public transport, or other property.
Movie production or filmmaking is the process of making a film, generally in the sense of films intended for extensive theatrical exhibition. Filmmaking involves several discrete stages, including an initial story conceptualizations, idea, or commission through screenwriting, casting, shooting, sound recording, and reproduction, editing, and screening. The finished product before an audience that may result in film release and exhibition.
Animation. Animation is a technique in which images are manipulated to appear as moving forms. Hydrotechnics is a method that includes light, water, fire, fog, and lasers with high-definition projections on mid screens.
Elements and principles of visual arts. Elements of visual arts are the visual components of color, form, line, shape, space, texture, and value. Line. Line is an element of art illustrated by a point moving in space. It may be 2 or 3-dimensional, descriptive, implied, or abstract. Line may be straight, curved, angular, flowing, horizontal, vertical, diagonal, contour, thick, thin, implied, and etc. Shape is an element of art that is 2-dimensional, flat or restrained to height and width. Shape can be geometrical or organic. Form is an element of art that is three-dimensional and encloses volume, includes height, width, and depth, as in a cube, a sphere, a pyramid, or a cylinder. Form may also be free-flowing. Space is an element of art by which positive and negative areas are defined or a sense of depth achieved in a work of art. Color. Color is an element of art composed of three characteristics: hue, value, and intensity. It can be primary, secondary, mixed, complementary, monochromatic, decorative, warm, cool, dark, and etc.
And now we will go with principles of visual arts. Principles of visual arts is the means an artist uses to organize elements within a work of art. Number 1, harmony. Harmony is a way of combining similar elements in artwork to accent their similarities, achieved through the use of repetition and soft, gradual changes. Number 2, rhythm. Rhythm is a principle of design that indicates movement, created by the careful placement of repeated elements in a work of art to cause a visual tempo or beat. Number 3, balance. Balance is a way of blending elements to add a feeling of equilibrium or stability to a work of art. Major types are symmetrical, and asymmetrical. Number 4, proportion. Proportion is a principle of design that refers to the relationship of individual elements to the whole and each group. Number 5, we have emphasis. Emphasis is a way of mixing elements to stress the differences between those elements. Number 6, we have variety. Variety is a principle of design concerned with diversity or contrast. It is achieved by using different shapes, sizes, or colors in a work of art. Lastly, we have movement. Movement is a principle of design applied to create the look and feel of action and to guide the viewer's eye throughout the artwork or the work of art.